you may be already showing your cards a little bit. You got Yankees Mets in the World Series?
I do. I really do.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Dugout presented by ClutchPoints. I am Cardinals fanatic AJ Caldwell, and that is the Yankees ride or die guy, Drew Zagrossi. What is going on, my guy?
What is up, my man? I am excited to do this. First episode. So we were basically just strangers, like probably a week ago. So each episode that goes on, you guys are going to join us, join that journey. It's going to be really exciting.
You guys are part of the journey with us. This is about a week and a half of friendship between a random guy from New York and a random guy from the middle of the Midwest, and we just want to talk all things baseball. I mean, that's our goal here. We are presented by ClutchPoints, so make sure you guys like and subscribe to the YouTube channel MLB on ClutchPoints, as well as like and subscribe to the podcast. We will be putting out an episode once a week, as well as shorts on TikTok and other platforms as well. So we're looking forward to this. This is all things baseball all the time. Drew, you know the phrase, 2011 Cardinals. What a team, what a ride. We are now the team. We are now the ride. Let's lead it off. And there is no better way, in my opinion, from where I sit, literally, physically, whatever you want to say, than to talk about my guy, Albert Pujols, hitting home run 700. First of all, we were talking about this before we came on. Apple TV Plus. What's going on? Why do we do this every Friday night, all season long, especially when it comes to September baseball? I mean, can we just put out a plea to stop this after this season? Because had it not been for MLB TV radio, I would have missed Albert Pujols' 700th home run.
Exactly.
I just want Apple TV Plus to know that. Thankfully, Drew, you didn't have what we'll talk about in a second, which was Judge's 61st and 62nd home run happened on the same day. But if that had happened, people would ride it. I mean, there would have been people in the streets. I mean, especially in New York City, bro. Like, I can't imagine what it would have looked like. But Apple TV Plus, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. People don't have Apple TV Plus. People only subscribe to MLB TV. So it just makes no sense to me. But regardless, I'll get off my soapbox. Albert Pujols hitting home run 700. John Rooney, the Cardinals' lifelong radio broadcaster, was given the microphone to call this incredible moment in baseball history. And it's a moment in human history. I mean, if we're just honest, America's pastime and baseball and everything that the game of baseball has brought to us, Albert Pujols brought that to humanity the other night. I mean, as you guys either saw the highlight or you watched the highlights later, this is one of the best right-handed hitters of all time. And because he's out in the 700 home run club, I personally put him as one of the best hitters of all time. Drew, you and I can go back and forth about that maybe in a future podcast, but when you are one of four people in MLB history to hit 700 home runs, and probably one of three because one of them used steroids, but we'll talk about that later. When you are one of those guys, I can't help but say you're one of the best hitters of all time. And when you
I'm going to stop you for a second, just a second. Like goodness. you got to think of the names that he's in that list with: Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth. I mean, just unbelievable.
It's an unbelievable feat, and the fact that he did it twice, not once but twice, to get to 700. He was at 698 going into a game against a really good Dodgers team. I mean, this team is potentially going to break the Mariners 0-1 record or whatever the year was of most regular season wins of all time. And Albert Pujols goes yard twice. And I'm of the mindset, I lived in California for a time, if it wasn't going to be at Busch Stadium, it had to be against the Dodgers. Can't stand the Dodgers. It had to be against the blue and the white or whatever their colors are in their jerseys. So it was an incredible moment in history. It was an incredible moment for me to be able to listen to on the radio. So as much as I hate you, Apple TV Plus, I'm thankful for the radio call of John Rooney and being given the microphone for that moment. But Drew, that wasn't the only, and it currently, as we sit here at least recording this, that's not the only feat that is potentially going to be broken in MLB history. But talk to me about, give me in your feelings a little bit. How are you feeling about Big 99, Aaron Judge, passing Roger Maris, potentially?
I mean, right now, 60 home runs, it's just unbelievable. personally think he's got to be the MVP. He's proved himself to get that huge contract. He's definitely got to get that. But yeah, I mean, he's about to pass Roger Maris. I mean, that's just 61. It's just unbelievable. Babe Ruth as well. I think he's tied with, it was 60, right?
Yep. He tied Babe Ruth.
Just unbelievable. And I feel like he's got to get it done. You know, he's the pressure's got to be in his head right now. Tied, I think, with that series with the Red Sox. I think it was really in his head. He's striking out a little bit, but I think he'll get it done. He's got to get it done. And yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable.
How are you feeling about the Yankees overall? You guys had your struggles in the second half of the season. I think it was you guys were under 500 at one point. Yeah. Everyone, the sky is falling.
Yeah,
Has the Aaron Judge thing kind of kept up your hopes a little bit? Talk me through all this stuff.
Yeah, he's just been carrying the team basically the second half. You know, all these injuries, DJ out, Andrew Benintendi's out.
Yep.
But the first half, it was one of the most fun seasons I've watched. Very fun to watch. But I think they're getting it together now. You know, DJ's coming back. Actually, Matt Carpenter, they want to get back before the postseason.
My guy, bro.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
guy's popped off this year.
Yeah, very fun to watch. Yeah, I think we're looking good. How about your Cardinals? You know, how are you feeling?
This is one of, if not the most exciting year that I have watched baseball as a Cardinals fan. In 2006, I was 8 years old. In 2011, I was, oh my word, do the math, 11 years old.
Right.
That's not right. 13 years old. I promise I can do math. I just don't care about it anymore. Outside of those seasons, obviously you had the 2013 year. We went to the World Series and lost to a really good Red Sox team in 2015 or 2014, 2015. Two of the most fun seasons I've had as a Cardinals fan. I was living in Los Angeles at the time, and we beat the Dodgers in two years in a row. Keep in mind, by the way, those 2 years before I get to this season for the Cardinals, people forget that 2014, Clayton Kershaw had the best regular season of all time.
Yeah.
So going into that playoff run, the Dodgers it was World Series or bust for them.
Right.
And Kershaw, if you remember, in that 2014 series where Matt Carpenter, Matt Adams, everyone just kind of went yard on him, he was coming in and still pitching well until we realized that Clayton Kershaw was a choke artist in October, which was the best for me. It was a fun moment for me as a Cardinals fan. Love Clayton Kershaw as a person. Him on the Dodgers, not so much.
One of the GOATs. Yeah.
He's one of the GOATs. He is. He's one of the best pitchers of all time. And I'm just thankful that we have a good record against him. So I can say both those things. He's one of the best pitchers of all time, and at the same time, when he plays the Cardinals, I'm not so worried.
For sure.
So, but this season has been so much fun. Obviously, the Pujols aspect. Obviously, Yachty, and probably Wainwright's last year as well. In my opinion, because I think we're gonna potentially. I don't want to show my cards too much yet because we got playoff predictions coming, but this is going to be a really good postseason, I think, for us.
Yeah.
This season for St. Louis, I think, is the bigger aspect for me. For the city of St. Louis to have the season that the Cardinals have had, and we were struggling a little bit in the first half, so we kind of flip-flopped with you guys what the Yankees did. But to have what has happened at Busch Stadium, the arch in the background, I mean, just the whole persona of what St. Louis baseball is, to have that go on this year, Albert Pujols still being a great hitter, and then it's almost on the back burner. Paul Goldschmidt's the NL MVP projected. Yeah. Nolan Arenado has another 30 home run, 100 RBI season. There has been so many storylines for St. Louis and for the Cardinals this year that I think will carry us into October. And I was just thinking about it the other day, Drew. Like the Cardinals fans and St. Louis needs October prime baseball back in St. Louis. Obviously, we had the wild card loss to the Dodgers last year. We need Busch Stadium NLCS vibes in late October where it is freezing. It's on the brink of winter, and we're still able to play great baseball. That's what I remember about the 2011 year, the 2013 year, the 2015. That's Cardinals baseball, and we've gotten away from that a little bit. And so I'm excited to kind of see us make a run. Everybody brings up 2019. Oh, you guys made the NLCS. That's one of the worst hitting National League teams to make the NLCS I have ever seen. It was awful. The fact that we even got there was impressive in and of itself before getting absolutely barn burned by Max Scherzer and Steven Strasburg and all these dudes. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a great October for St. Louis.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be great. So speaking of which, and I almost showed my cards a little bit. I didn't want to make sure I didn't. Drew, tee us up for what we're talking about next.
Yeah, so we're gonna be going into our playoff predictions. We both have the bracket. If the postseason did start today, we have that pulled up. I mean, we pretty much can tell.
1 week out, we pretty much have everything figured out.
So basically, I guess I'll start with my ALDS prediction.
Yep. So we'll go straight into NLDS. Obviously, there's 2 wild card formats. Drew, you like the format, by the way? Do you like the 3-game series at home? What are your initial thoughts?
I do like it. Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it'll be helpful, and it gives great baseball too, because you have to win 2 games on the road if you're a road team, and if you're a home team, like, you better put up or shut up.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I think the Cleveland and Seattle series, that's going to be really fun to watch. I think that might be one of the most fun series to watch in this whole postseason, to be honest. Seattle really made a statement this year. Cleveland also with they swept the White Sox, right? Swept them, won most of those games in Minnesota. But I'm really thinking Seattle pulls out with that. So
okay, so you got Seattle over. Yep. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then Tampa Bay and the Blue Jays. That's going to be very tough. Alek Manoah is really good. Shane McClanahan, he's out for the rest of the season. Or is that Shane Baz I saw?
Yep. There's some interesting stuff going on in Tampa Bay. I'll get to that in my prediction in just a second. But yeah, it's tough sledding.
I'm going with the Blue Jays for that for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, Seattle Yankees and then Houston and Blue Jays. You want to give your take on that?
Okay. Yeah. I like that. It's interesting when you initially said, for the Cleveland-Seattle series, I was like, oh, I have a different... I actually have the Rays as the last wild card team.
Gotcha.
With the flip-flop it's going to go on because of what you just brought up about Shane McClanahan. Tampa Bay fans, like, prayers up for you
huge
guys.
Loss.
I mean, that is
huge loss.
That is tough. That is tough to happen. If you saw the video, he said, oh, I'm fine or whatever. I don't think he's fine.
No.
I don't think that's a good situation if you're having to come out of a game and you're stretching your shoulder and whatnot as a pitcher. That's never a good sign. And so
at a time like this, I mean, it's no good.
It's never. I mean, there's never a good time to get injured, but there's also a really bad time to get injured.
Exactly.
So I actually have the Guardians and the Rays in the first wild card, and I have the Guardians winning that. So then they would go on to play the 2 seed, right? Is that the 3-6 plays the 2? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
the 3-6. Yeah, so the Guardians go and play the 2 seed. Which I do have the Yankees there. I don't think they're going to pass up the Astros for home field. And then the Tampa Bay or the Toronto and Seattle series. That is going to be unbelievable. I mean, you talk about Toronto, October baseball environment, Julio Rodriguez coming in there with Seattle. I think they win in 3 games. I think Seattle goes into Toronto, going up against Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, all those dudes, and they give it to them. One of the most underrated aspects about the Mariners this year has been their pitching staff. You have Julio Rodriguez, you have Ty France, you have Eugenio Suarez, but their pitching staff is legit. And people don't talk about them enough because they don't have all the box office names or whatever.
Yep.
But Seattle is that team, and they're going to go up against the Astros, and I'll stop there. But that's going to be a great series as well. So I got Astros, Mariners, Yankees, Guardians in the ALDS.
I'd really like to see the announcer cam a lot. Do you remember the video of the Mariners announcer last year?
Yes,
that was great. I don't know his name, but yeah, it was great.
They needed more announcer cams, bro. That's one of the things I wish they would do for the Cardinals is to have that announcer cam, because that's just it's life-changing moments. Like, you want to see these lifelong fans who get to call the games react to that. But
and then if it's crazy call, that's going to be around forever. So
exactly.
It's great.
I love it. Okay, what you got ALDS for your 4 teams?
Yeah, so Yankees, Actually, no. Let's switch it up. Let's have you go with the NLDS.
Oh, I like it. Let's
so we'll go back and forth, and then
Yep. Okay. So obviously you got the top three: Dodgers, Mets, Cardinals. And then I have the Brewers missing the playoffs, which I love to say every year in and year out. It's one of my favorite pastimes is to see the Brewers collapse. So I have the Braves playing the Padres in the first the 4-5 wild card matchup, and then the final wild card team, the Phillies, will sweep them out. So I got Mets, Cardinals in the NLDS. And as much as I love it, I got Padres fans that I'm really close to. I want to do it. I was going back and forth about it. I can't. And not only can I not, Drew, I don't even think they win a game. So I go from all the way from, do I give them a chance to, I give them zero shot. The Braves are so good. They're defending World Series champions. You lose Freddie Freeman, and by the way, you just fill him in with Matt Olson, who's 28 years old. And that's going to mean something when we get to our last segment, because Matt Olson is that guy, bro. Oh, my word.
Yes, sir.
He came in, and everyone was like, Freddie, who? What? It was unbelievable. So I got the Braves playing the Dodgers in a rematch of the NLCS last year. That is going to be there will be fireworks every single night for that NLDS. So I got Dodgers, Braves, Mets, Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm pretty much there with you. Cardinals definitely sweeping out the Phillies there probably. That's going to be a fun series, Cardinals, Mets. That'll be interesting. You never know. And then, it's, the Padres struggles all year. Tatis gone, Soto really not showing up, Josh Bell also really not there. And Josh Bell could have been, that was like an MVP candidate, like when the season started. So, I'm going to go Braves, Dodgers, and I think we'll stop there and go back to the ALDS.
Circle back now to your boys. Well, I guess and the Astros as well, but you give your boys a good shot against the Guardians?
I do.
Okay.
The Guardian, they're really making a statement. They have a really good team. Steven Kwan, really good rookie.
Unbelievable.
And I'm a big fan of Tristan McKenzie as well. But I think we pull that off. Yankees pull that off.
How many games?
I wouldn't say
5-game series.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna. We definitely wouldn't sweep them. We'll take. I don't know, man. It's really tough.
You think it goes 5?
Yeah, I really do.
Really? Wow,
I really do. The postseason. Postseason will get in these players' heads. I'm telling you, definitely these rookies. We'll definitely see. And then I just have the Astros going all the way because every single year,
at least give the Mariners a shot, bro. Come on.
They're just going all the way.
Is it a sweep?
It's a sweep. Wow. 100%.
Wow.
100%.
Okay.
That Astros rotation is unbelievable.
Oh, they're disgusting.
Unbelievable.
They're disgusting. Everyone brings up 2017, the cheating, whatever. The Astros. Not only are they not cheaters now, they're just a very good baseball team.
And the thing is, those guys, they have their set team for at least another. I don't know Jose Altuve's contract, but at least 3 or 4 or 5 years. They're set for a good while, and
they got guys. And the same thing with them. Similar to when the Braves let go of Freddie Freeman, they let go of Carlos Correa, and include everybody.
And here comes Jeremy Pena.
They're not going to be very good.
Yep.
Jordan Alvarez. Alex Perez. They still have everybody, bro.
It's just
we forget that Carlos Correa was one of the only guys that left that team last year in free agency. So
it's scary hours there in Houston. Yeah,
it is scary hours.
Cheaters or not, they're unbelievable.
Right, exactly.
Unbelievable.
I'm with you. However, Astros and Mariners. I said it was going to be a great series. I have the Astros. So I don't want everybody to panic. I have the Astros winning. I don't want to get stoned on the first episode. But it's going to go 5 games. Okay? And so here's what I got. So I got Houston. I think they'll win the first 2 in Houston.
Okay.
But I think Julio Rodriguez pops off in Seattle. Seattle baseball will be back for the first time in 2 decades, bro. The last time the Mariners were in the playoffs was Ken Griffey Jr. That's unreal. That's awful if you're a Mariners fan. but they are going to be hyped up for that playoff series. And so I think they win both games in Seattle to go back to Houston, and then whatever happens in Houston in a Game 5 or Game 7, it always goes the Astros' way if you watch those games. And so I got the Astros winning in 5. And then I'm actually going to go flip of what you had in terms of the Yankees winning. I have the Yankees sweeping. Like I think Cleveland's good. Everyone started panicking when the Yankees had their struggles.
Right.
They're one of the best teams in baseball still. Like I don't care. Like all these discussions about this team's struggling right now. Who cares? Like October baseball, you're going to have the same guys that have been producing for you. Now it's just time to go play. And it's a 100%. Whole new slate. Nobody has a record. Like that's the best part about MLB postseason is nobody has a record, and you just go in, and all you gotta do is win a game, or win 2 games, win 3 games. And so, I love Cleveland. I love what they've been doing, but I'm not gonna go as far as you Drew, and say like, man, it's gonna go 5. The Yankees are gonna blow them out of the water, bro. Like Game 3 is gonna be.
I'd hope.
I would even say Game 3 in Cleveland isn't even gonna be a game. I would argue the first 2 games would be even closer than Game 3. So, so I got Yankees, Astros in the ALCS. What you got NLDS? Are you going to go New York, or are you going to give my boys a chance?
Yeah, man. I'm really hoping. I mean, it would be amazing for a Yankees Mets World Series. I think baseball that would be crazy for baseball, just in general. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. But those Dodgers, man. I mean. Mookie, just unbelievable players on that team. You really can't go wrong with the Dodgers. But the Mets, I mean, I think they're really going to try and make a statement here. So I mean, we'll definitely see. But that's what I'm pulling for Yankees Mets World Series. That's what I'm going for.
Wow. So Mets Cardinals, how many games?
Honestly,
don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I'm honestly going to have to say that the Mets might just sweep the Cardinals.
Oh, my word. This guy is coming out firing.
But just hear me out. I think if you guys do pull this off, that's going to be great. That's just going to be one of the greatest seasons for any Cardinals fan. I mean, like you said, this season in general, just having, your 3 guys all together again, that's great in general. Records being broken, Yachty and Adam Wainwright with the battery, but yeah, man, I don't know. That's gonna be tough. They
just might sleep. All right, Drew. All right, what you got? Dodgers Braves.
Dodgers Braves. I think. Oh, that's gonna be. What was it last year? Do you remember?
It went all 7.
It went all 7.
Yep.
I think it's gonna go with that again.
Is it gonna go all 5?
7. Yeah, it's gonna be But I don't know. The Brave, I mean, Matt Olson, he's with a new team this season.
Yep.
He's from Atlanta, right? He was born and raised, I'm pretty sure.
I believe so, yeah.
So, I don't know if he's going to pop off for his home team, or is he going to struggle? It's going to get in his head? I don't know. But, yeah, I think the Dodgers are definitely going to, I think it's going to go 7 games.
Okay. And is NLDS, it's still 5, right? Is it 5 or 7? The division series, I think, is still 5 games as far as
is it 5?
Yeah, I think it's still 5, which makes for great baseball for the NLDS, and then the CS I think goes to 7. But so Dodgers in 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be another series. That's gonna be a really tight series. I feel like
that's gonna be a tight series, and I am actually gonna say that both NLDSs are gonna be a tight series. Mets Cardinals, bro. You already talked about it a little bit. I'll talk about it from a Cardinals perspective for just a second. That is 2006 vibes if I've ever seen them. I mean, the Yadier Molina Game 7 home run, sending the Cardinals to the World Series against the Detroit Tigers. I mean, that is going to be what it is. Where you had the Endy Chavez robbing a home run in games that was in New York. Mets have home field in a Game 5 situation. Like, that is going to be one of the best baseball environments we've seen in recent memory. And I will go as far as to say that because New York baseball, both Mets and Yankees, haven't been this good at the same time since the Subway Series. Could I say that?
Yeah.
Should I go as far as to say that?
Yeah.
Because even the World Series team that made it to play the Royals, was that Mets team very good? I mean, they lost in 5.
Right.
They lost in 5 to a great Royals team, keep in mind. But feeling for your Royals fans, that's tough. But the Mets and Cardinals going 5 games be great for baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And you already know where I'm going with this. I got St. Louis going in to the Big Apple and winning a Game 5 game with Albert Pujols as the DH, hitting a 7th or 8th inning home run, put the team on his back to take us to the NLCS. Where we will play, I got the Dodgers, bro. Like, I hate how good they are because, again, like I said, I lived in California for a time. It was so annoying when the Dodgers were so good, and it was also equally satisfying when we knocked them out of the playoffs twice. I got the Dodgers winning in 5. The Braves are going to put up a great fight. Dansby Swanson, Matt Olson. I mean, you have guys like Michael Harris who are giving me Ken Griffey Jr. vibes in center field. Like, that guy could have an amazing, amazing career, and they've already locked him up for 8 years.
Yeah.
So that's going to go 5 games as well, but you already mentioned it. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. I would even say Cody Bellinger's going to come up with a clutch hit in Game 5.
Yeah.
He's been slept on this year because he just hasn't had a great year, as well as Max Muncy, who's had a down year as well. When October rolls around and it's the Dodgers, it's scary hours, like you were saying about Houston. So, so I got Dodgers, Cardinals, NLCS, and now we get to you maybe already showing your cards a little bit. You got Yankees, Mets in the World Series?
I do. I really do. I think.
Wow.
I don't know, man. The Mets. They have Buck now. You know, he's a really solid manager.
Yep.
Francisco. I mean, you know, it's really. I think that will go. I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough with the Dodgers there, but
yeah,
I think they can pull it off. I really think they can pull it off, but you know, the Dodgers are the Dodgers, like we've been talking about. So
Dodgers are the Dodgers. That is a true statement.
But that's what I'm going for. Yankees, Mets, World Series.
Okay, so give me Yankees, Astros. What is your prediction of that series?
That's 5 games, right? Or 7, right?
That's 7. That's 7.
So I think that'll go all 7. That's going to be a very crucial. I don't know. That's going to be
so Game 7 back in Houston. You got your boys pulling it out.
Yeah, I do. I think we got to make a statement this year. You know, Chapman just giving up home runs Altuve like it's his job.
It's his job, bro.
Literally.
Working a part-time job, giving up home runs.
But I think we definitely got to make a statement here. Show up against the Astros at their home turf.
Give me a name in Game 7. Who hits a clutch hit in Game 7 of the LCS?
Oh,
is it Judge? Is it one of the big boys?
It's got to be Judge, right? It's got to be Judge. You know, and honestly, I'll come in with Jose Trevino as well.
Wow, I like it.
He's had a ton of random clutch hits this season, so I mean, I'm gonna go with
bro. His mic'd up moment at the All-Star game was one of the coolest things I've ever seen, bro.
With Nestor.
Like, oh my word, that was so cool. I love that the MLB All-Star game did that. Baseball has just cashed out on a lot of marketing opportunities this year. All-Star game was one of them with the mic.
That was it was really fun to watch. That whole everything. Yeah.
Okay, what about Dodgers Mets? Is that also going 7?
I feel like it can either go all 7 or the Dodgers are just going to sweep the Mets. Honestly,
he's going both extremes. It's either a sweep or all 7.
It's one of the two. I mean,
wow. So the Mets got no shot.
Like I said,
7 games.
Yeah, I think it's gotta go all 7 with the Dodgers. If you're gonna beat the Dodgers, I feel like it's gonna have to go all 7 because they're not gonna just give you the games. I mean,
so the Mets go into Dodger Stadium, Game 7.
Yep.
Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor. Is it one of them that pulls through, or is it like a Mark Canha or a Jeff McNeil?
No, I think it would definitely have to be Pete, Francisco. Yeah.
Wow. Subway Series from New York's own Drew Zagrossi. That's
was actually I saw Judge's 47th home run. We went to the Subway Series.
No way.
Saw Max Scherzer get a walk. They took him out. It was great. Loved watching that.
We got a lot of segment ideas, by the way, people, but we're gonna have to maybe get into Drew's backyard a little bit and talk about some of his New York experiences, because there is only one New York. There's only one New York Stadium. There's only one Citi Field. So we might have to have a segment where Drew just shares a story time with Drew, maybe.
Of course.
At a Citi Field or Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay. It's time for me to get in my feelings, speaking of which. Astros, Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
I have your boys pulling it out in 7.
Yes, sir.
I think it's going to be a great series. I think it'll go split in Houston, split in New York.
Okay.
I think you're going to hate me for this, but I think that the Astros come into Yankee Stadium, or you guys go to Houston for Game 5 and win, coming back 3-2, and then I think it's a blowout in Game 6 that Houston blows you guys out. So then you got to go back into the belly of the beast, and try to win a game. And you mentioned Jose. I love the Jose Trevino shout out. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm telling you, man.
I would say Giancarlo Stanton in Game 7, I think, comes up with a massive, like, it might even be a grand slam.
Yeah.
He is so due, bro. Like, he
clutch.
is so due. He's been with the Yankees how many years? 4 years?
I think
4 or 5 years?
2017.
2017. Okay.
The off season of 2017. I think that's when.
Up until 2017, Giancarlo Stanton had no reason for playing baseball because he played in Miami.
Right.
And all love to Miami. I live in South Florida, but you guys are not a good baseball team. You've never been a good baseball team. The last time you guys were good, I was 3. You know, so it's like Giancarlo Stanton has never had anything to play for. Now he does.
Exactly.
And he's going to step up in a huge way. I think he hits a massive home run. It's not going to be this RBI double. No, Giancarlo is going to mash one over the train tracks or something.
Yeah.
In Game 7. So I got your boys going back to the World Series, which, by the way, is great for baseball. I know people will hate me for saying that, but when the Yankees are good, baseball is good. It's a great brand to have when the Yankees are a World Series contender, and so I think that'll be great for baseball as well.
For sure.
Dodgers Cardinals in the NLCS. Drew, you know where I'm going with this. I can't. Listen, it's scary hours for the Dodgers. Mookie is that guy. Freddie Freeman's that guy. Their pitching staff's gross. I don't love their bullpen.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm being honest. I don't love their bullpen.
Yeah. They've
had their issues. Craig Kimbrel's had his issues. He changed his walkout song to "Let It Go" to try to change his fate. I don't love their bullpen. And Craig Kimbrel has familiarity with the NL Central playing for the Cubs, and we have absolutely mashed him in a couple of those games.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about their bullpen.
He's not that Red Sox Craig Kimbrel.
No.
He's definitely declined over the years. Yeah.
It's incredible that he went from being one of the best closers. I mean, he was like on the Josh Hader or Aroldis Chapman level.
Yeah, and then he just started getting spewed to all these teams. He's just getting tossed around. I mean, yeah, really weird.
Map.
Yeah.
So, can we get to their bullpen is the question. I think we will be able to. I think it goes 7. I don't think there's any other way. It has to go 7. We're not going to be able to win in 5 or 6. I think the Dodgers could win in 5 or 6. I just don't see that happening. I say we steal a game, Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers sweep us in St. Louis. Okay, which I hate. I had to give them that, though, because the Dodgers are that good. So we go back to Dodger Stadium, Game 5, down 3-1. And then it all starts to come together, bro. I think Lars Nootbaar, Dylan Carlson, you get guys like that going with Albert Pujols and Goldie and Yachty. I think Yachty has a huge series. We steal in Dodger Stadium. We win Game 6. Go back into another belly of the beast in Game 7. And I'm marking it down right now. I got Jack Flaherty starting Game 7 of the NLCS.
Okay.
I got him going 6 scoreless against the Dodgers lineup. Right? Okay. 6 scoreless. And I wanted to go with Albert Pujols again because it would be a magical thing. It's got to be Nolan Arenado, bro. He is an NL West born and bred guy on the Rockies. He's played the Dodgers so many times, and he's going to go yard. He's going to go yard late in that game, and the Cardinals go back to the World Series to play the Yankees. Yankees-Cardinals, we saw it earlier this season. It was a great series. It was a great venue in St. Louis, and it would be 2 of the most historic brands in baseball going after the World Series title, which
the St. Louis fans, you do have a very good fan base, great baseball city. So, I mean, that would be very good for baseball. I'm with you on that, yeah.
I think it would be great. But you have a Subway Series.
Yep, I do.
What do you have as the outcome for your Subway Series?
I think, I don't...
This is tough, bro.
Yeah. I think it's going to go each I don't know, man. I think it would have to go 7 games as well, right?
Right. I think it would have to.
It's 7, yeah. I don't know.
Because you don't know who would win.
I don't. I can't give you an answer there, to be honest.
Drew, mark it down, ladies and gentlemen. Drew does not have a World Series champion going into the playoffs right now.
I don't.
He's a Yankees fan, but he does not know. We're going to have to keep tabs on that, Drew, once the playoffs start. We'll come back each episode. Drew, do you have a prediction?
For sure. But I think if it's Subway Series and the World Series, that's just going to, I don't know. I love
it. He's so torn. I love it. I would say you would lean towards your boys.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll definitely go with the Yankees. But I mean, it can be.
You're waffling. That's awesome. I love it. That's a great way to start off this podcast. To get Drew in his feelings about the New York Yankees and not being able to pick a Subway Series. That's the best. I think
Yankees will come out with that.
There it is. Okay, all right. He's leaning towards the Yankees.
They have to. They got it. You can't let the Mets beat you in the World Series. You can't do that.
We will. Yeah, we might have a very interesting podcast if the Mets beat the Yankees in the World Series, and we got to record the next day or something.
Yeah.
But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
For sure.
Cardinals, Yankees. I think St. Louis wins their 12th World Series championship.
Okay.
I think Wainwright retires. We all go out champions. And I don't even think it goes 7.
Really?
I think it goes 6 games. I think we close it out at Yankee Stadium. I would love for us to, or we close out in St. Louis, sorry.
Yeah.
Because you got to close out in front of the home fans. That was my only reason that it doesn't go 7, is you got to close out in front of the home fans.
Of course.
So I think we actually sweep in New York, split in St. Louis. You guys win Game 5 at home. Come back, we're up 3-2. And then it's Cardinals baseball for whatever it's been for 2 decades with Albert Pujols and Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina. I would think that would be a Waino start in Game 6. I don't know though, but that would just be incredible. Get Yadi and Waino one more time.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the Cardinals in 6. So there you have it. Yankees Mets. Drew indecisive for 2.5 minutes and then leaning Yankees. Cardinals and Yankees is my prediction, and the Cardinals coming out on top to win their 12th World Series championship. Although, regardless, it'll be a great thing for baseball and what baseball has given us this season to have the Yankees and Cardinals battling it out. Finally, as we close out episode 1 of the Dugout, I mentioned Matt Olson, and I mentioned his age.
Yes,
Y'all, he is 28 years old. Are you kidding me? The guy looks like he's 32. But I'm
with you on that, yeah.
He looks much older than he actually is.
Really,
he's 28 years old. And so in that vein, Drew and I wanted to make a decision that will only be compared to who we decide to marry and spend the rest of our lives with. In picking the starting 9 of players under the age of 30. So not 30 years old. So, Drew, you can't go Aaron Judge. Sorry about that.
I know.
Under the age of 30, picking a starting 9, and we'll throw in a DH as well because the universal DH. And again, decisions, Drew, that aren't going to be able to be compared except for maybe who we decide to marry. I mean, this is this type of difficult decisions going on.
Life or death right here.
This is tough. This is tough. I will start.
Okay.
And Drew and you and I talked about this. I will start, and
snake
we will go
draft,
snake draft. So, meaning I get to pick my first starting pitcher, and then Drew gets to pick his starting pitcher and his catcher, and then we will go from there, and we will roll through a starting 9, an all-star team of players underneath 30. There are so many players.
It's crazy. Yeah, when I was looking we were making the list. I mean, really, we can. I think we'll come out with really just
thankfully it's only a 2-team.
Yeah,
it's a 2-team draft. Thankfully, we don't have any other people chiming in on this. But obviously, leave us your guys' comments of who you think would be the best starting 9. But
yeah, definitely leave some comments.
Leave some comments on this. That would definitely spark some conversation and probably cause some fights as well, which we're all about. Get some fights in the comment section
for sure.
Drew, I got no other choice
Okay.
to start off than to go Shohei, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Because then I have my DH.
okay, yeah.
So I got my starting pitcher and my DH, but I could also, well, if he's a DH, then I can't have an actual DH. But so I'll go Shohei Ohtani. People call him overrated. I don't know why people still think he's overrated. He's one of the best players of all time, maybe already.
Yeah.
So I gotta go Shohei Ohtani. Mark him off the board, and you are now on the clock, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Sandy Alcantara as my pitcher. Unbelievable Cy Young season that he's having. I mean, come on. Yep. I gotta go with him. He's been my guy all season.
In the Marcell Ozuna trade, we traded him away to get Marcell Ozuna to not win a World Series with Marcell Ozuna and to see Sandy Alcantara just wreak havoc.
Yep, unbelievable. He's really crazy pitcher. All right,
He's
so
unbelievable. Yeah, he's insane.
Pick my catcher now, right?
Yep, you go your catcher. So we got Shohei and Alcantara.
I'm going with Adley Rutschman.
Okay, wow! I did not think you'd go in that direction.
Yep, I think the Orioles are definitely going to be building around him over these years. So he's really talented player.
Okay, I like it. I have back-to-back picks now.
Yep,
I get to pick my catcher and my first baseman. And you went Adley Rutschman. That opens it up a little bit for me. And as much as I hate to do this, I have to go Will Smith.
Yeah,
I'm not a Dodgers guy at all. I despise them as someone who, like I said, lived in California as a St. Louis fan. But Will Smith is the best hitting catcher in baseball right now. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He is unbelievable at the plate, and he's become a great catcher behind the plate as well for a Dodgers pitching staff that is pumping out names that had under 500 records on other teams, and now are 13-1 with a 2 ERA. You have to think some part of that has to do with Will Smith. And so I will go Will Smith as my catcher. And then I'm going the polar bear at first base. I was back and forth on it a little bit. I thought about going Matt Olson, but Pete Alonso is my guy. I do have a little Mets-Cardinals rivalry going on because of what happened early on in the season with the fights. But I really like Pete Alonso.
Gotcha. That's solid. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like I just made a terrible mistake, but that's okay.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going with first base and second base now.
Yep.
Okay. Dude, first base, definitely picking Matt Olson. I was hesitant to pick
Vladimir
Vlad.
Guerrero Jr.
Yeah. He's gonna sit there.
No, he's gonna sit there on the bench.
He's gonna sit there. Yep. Wow. I'm going with Matt Olson. I don't know, Vlad just really, I don't think he hasn't been the same this year.
Okay.
So I mean,
fair enough.
Second base, I'm going with Luis Arias.
Oh, I like that.
Yep.
I like that pick a lot.
Had
going
conventional. Just a really good batting average all year. I'm going with Luis Arias.
That dude is a hitter's hitter, bro.
Yes, sir.
He does a great job.
Yep.
I love that pick. Wow. Okay. All right. So I got Alonso. I'm gonna go with Ozzie Albies. Give me Ozzie Albies at second base. Best hitting second baseman, I think, in baseball. He's been injured. So keep in mind, we're picking players not based on what happened this year, but just throughout their career. Ozzie Albies has been one of the best second basemen in baseball. I love my guy Tommy Edman, but I can't just go homer picks all the way here. So give me Ozzie Albies at second base, and then I go my shortstop. Mm-hmm. And I might ruffle some feathers here. So I want everyone to prepare yourselves. If you're driving, maybe pull over, maybe just kind of sit tight for a second. Because I'm going Fernando Tatis Jr. I know people have lost respect for him. I know people have respect because of the ring worm issue or whatever it was. I repeat, I cannot, in good conscience, pick any other shortstop under the age of 30 other than Fernando Tatis Jr. When he is playing baseball, he is the best player potentially in baseball. He's the most exciting player. He brings it every single game. He is tagged up from third base on pop outs to the infield. I mean, the guy is a nut. Athletic. He can hit bombs. I mean, he does the whole nine. And I know it ruffles some feathers, but I have to pick Fernando. I can't pick anybody.
No, I'm with you there. He's one of my favorite players actually. Yeah. So the whole situation, it sucks, but I mean, he's going to come back and he's going to be Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yep. I agree.
I agree. I'm with you there. That's a good pick. Very good pick. Okay, my shortstop. There's a lot of names here. There's a lot of shortstops that we can pick from. I'm going with Bo Bichette.
Wow.
That's my guy.
Okay.
He's really showing up. And I've seen some people on Twitter saying that Bo Bichette is going to be the player that people think Fernando Tatis was going to be. That's really hot. I'm not going to go there.
That's a hot take.
I've always been a big Bo Bichette guy. So
and the flow, bro. Gotta go with the hair flow too.
Of course, and I mean, there's a lot. We're leaving out Wander Franco, Corey Seager, Trey Turner.
Turner. See you later. Carlos Correa.
I'm going with Bo Bichette.
I like it. All right, now you got a third baseman.
Yeah. Let me get the list up. Third base. Ooh. I gotta go with Rafael Devers. The Yankee killer. The Garrett Cole killer. I'm going with Rafael.
Wow. Okay. You opened it up for me, Drew, because I was worried you were gonna go Austin Riley.
He's
and
unbelievable.
You didn't.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna go as much as a Cardinals fan, I have some feelings about the Braves. I don't hate the Braves. I think they're a great team, and I think that they have some great talent. I got to go Ozzie Albies and Austin Riley. I got two Braves on my infield in this under 30 draft. So give me Austin Riley at third base. And now we come to the biggest gauntlet. I mean, I'm
excited for this. Yes, I'm really excited for the outfield.
The infield was bad, bro.
Yeah.
The outfield has unbelievable names. And I'm gonna give you the guy that I think everyone would think I would pick. I'm going Ronald Acuna Jr.
Okay.
So a third Braves player. I'm just chalking Braves. I'm not a Braves fan. I promise. I'm not a Braves fan. But I'm going Ronald Acuna Jr. Athletic freak, hits bombs, hits the ball the other way, great athlete. And that means that leaves the door open for you with Mr. Juan Soto.
Oof. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take Soto. Generational talent. I mean, come on.
0.2 seconds took him to figure that out.
Yeah, Juan Soto. I think I'm going to throw a lot of people off here.
Oh my.
I'm going to pick your former guy and my current guy now. Big fan of him. One of the best defensive center fielders in the game. Harrison Bader.
Let's go, Drew. My guy.
Let's throw a lot of people off. I'm taking him.
I love that, dude. He's like you said, he's the best defensive center fielder, I think, when he's right. And if you can get that
very
bat
fun to watch.
Too, if you can get that bat going, golly.
That's gonna leave you with
oh my gosh, bro. we're gonna leave off somebody, like we're gonna get absolutely destroyed in the comments for leaving off somebody.
Yeah.
That's okay. We've already left people off in the infield too.
Yeah, it's 2-person draft. Not much we can do.
This isn't as hard as I'm making it seem by taking this long. Julio! Give me Julio Rodriguez in center field. So I got Ronald Acuna in right. Give me Julio Rodriguez in center field. Same thing. Like Ken Griffey Jr., like there's not been a center fielder for the Seattle Mariners like Julio Rodriguez since Ken Griffey Jr. And so that's really exciting for Mariners fans. And so give me Julio.
Okay.
Oh, and then I get another pick, right?
Yeah.
I get to go back to back.
Yeah.
Outfielders. Yeah. Oh, man. Dude, this is tough.
On there.
This is so tough. Okay. Give me... There's so many names. Here we go. I'm doing it. And this is the only homer pick I had to do. But he's the reason we don't have Juan Soto. And I believe, and this is maybe a hot take, in 5 years, Dylan Carlson will be a top 5 outfielder in baseball. I believe that. If he gets his bat right, he's a switch hitting outfielder. He's had a little bit of struggle this year. The guy can play the outfield. I mean, when we traded away Harrison Bader, it was like, stop the presses. The Cardinals are terrible, blah, blah. Jordan Montgomery's coming, by the way, and pitch out of his mind for us. And Dylan Carlson, the guy we kept so that Juan Soto ended up becoming a Padre, I think will become a superstar. So give me him as my third outfielder. convention homer pick. I get it, but I got to go with it.
So you're gonna leave me. I'm picking Jordan. I gotta pick Jordan.
You gotta go Jordan Alvarez. Dude, there was just so many names. I had to leave.
I was hesitant because I could have picked him for the DH, but I'm sure you probably would have snagged him up. But
that's true. That's a smart pick.
Yeah. So I'm really loving my outfield.
Okay, who's your DH? You can go back and get literally anybody except Shohei.
Yeah. So this is gonna take me a minute. Wow.
Dude, you can pick literally anybody.
Yeah. Okay. Kyle Schwarber.
You're going Kyle Schwarber?
Yeah.
Wow.
Judge is obviously the home run leader, but by like 30. But right under him is Kyle Schwarber, and he hits a lot of bombs. So
okay.
I think that's a solid pick.
Okay.
I really do.
Solid pick there for the DH.
Yeah.
Bro, I realized what a mistake I made at first base when I picked Pete Alonso. So I'm going to circle back, and I'm getting Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Give me him as a DH.
Sure.
His swing looks so much like his dad's, and I would argue he even has more power than his dad already. So Vladimir Guerrero Jr. finishes out my DH and my lineup. There you have it, folks. That is our starting 9 and DH of players under 30. I could just list a bunch of names that we left off. I'm going to leave that to the lovely people in the comments section that we would like to call fans, but we might call enemies by the end of this episode. But thank you guys so much for listening. This is obviously going to be a weekly edition of the Dugout, and we'll be talking about so many different things. The playoffs are starting this upcoming next week as you guys are listening to this, and so we are very much looking forward to breaking it all down, breaking down all the collapses that potentially could happen. What if the Dodgers gets out in the NLDS? I mean, that would create flames on this podcast. I mean, the mics would be blowing up if that happened. And so, thank you guys so much for listening. I'm Cardinals fanatic, AJ Caldwell. That is Yankees ride or die guy, Drew Zagrossi, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
Peace out. Thanks for listening, guys.